Well, good evening, everyone. It's great to see you this evening. We are broadcasting live from Scotland, everyone. And we are going to be doing the daily races. I think we will probably be mainly doing Dragon Trail in Group 3. I managed to get a time of 1:38.824 in the Lamborghini, so I'm looking forward to that. I think it should be a lot of fun. And also, I think we'll be doing the race at Takuma, or Tsuba, in the old, I think it's an old Nissan that they have, so we'll do some of that, and that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that one. It's quite a quick lap there, very, very short lap, so haven't done any training for that, so I might just start from the back and see how we get on. I'm just quickly putting this on Facebook. Here we go. Right. I know that lots of people are streaming tonight. We've got the Key 25 is streaming. We've got Rory as well. Perhaps we might even find ourselves racing against Rory and maybe even Key 2 later on as we get through the races. We'll have to see how we get on. That I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. Just be a few seconds here. I'm just putting in some of the quick bits and bobs. And it is there we are. There's a few just to do here. Now we are just about there. Now it is, I'm looking for, let's see, there we go. And one more here. Good to see you all tonight. Just very quickly putting this on Twitter and getting all of that sorted out. There we are. Right, that is us ready to go. So feel free to write a comment and hit a like and see how it all goes. Hopefully we'll have some great races tonight. Been looking forward to the new week to see what kind of races we're going to have. Last week had a lot of ups and downs, but I'm sure hopefully this week it will not be a DR crusher, as they would say, or no DR resets. Oh no, why is that not working? Let's see, we've got, it says that is there, but it's not showing that I'm in here. That's strange. Give me 2 seconds. I don't know what's happened to the camera. Let's see, maybe it's looking the wrong way. Ah, there we are. That's it. It's still slightly skewed. I think it used to be. How does that look? Let's see how we're. It's a wee bit better. There we are. Now I'm just going to move this actually, because when I use the PlayStation to do the broadcasting, it moves it slightly out of the way, so I'm slightly off. Right, here we are. Slightly better. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. We will now look at the races and see what we can do. Let's see. N300. Now I haven't, the next one is at 9:10, or we go for the Tsuba. I think I'm just going to go for Tsuba actually. and just go for a race. Do some laps, see what happens. I think they were all in this one. I haven't watched any of the lap guides because it's been quite busy and I was been doing more timing on the Dragon Trail, not on Group 3. But we'll see how we get on. I'm sure it will be fun. There we are, and of course this week we have David Perel, who is coming on the show at 9 o'clock. We'll be interviewing David, so make sure you have your questions ready. It should be fun. Okay, dokie. Let's see what the lap times are. A 103.6 and a 103.9. Yeah, okay. I think we need to turn the traction control off. And I'm not sure about what kind of settings we need for brake balance, but it's quite an old car, this one, it looks like it. So a roll and coast to try and get the car into the bend. And also because it's quite old, you know, these cars never like being pushed so much. So we'll see what we can do. Hopefully get a reasonable lap time. Come on! Right, we lost a huge amount of time at this last corner, so hopefully it's a little bit better. Come on, it's supposed to go wide the whole time. Just going to put some traction on because it's really struggling. That's a bit better. That should get us into the 5s. And then we're beginning to get a wee bit I'm going to try and get into the 4s. Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, that machine will be off in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot you were doing a podcast.
It's okay, I'm on the live stream, that's fine. That was the wife. The washing machine's going on in the background. Let me know where you're watching from. Good to have you with us tonight. Getting some quick qualifying in. Ah, good to see you. Look, good to see you. We're gradually getting this time down. I wonder who will manage to race against tonight. Oi. Right, it should be matching in a wee minute. But looking forward to the show on Thursday with David Perel. That should be a lot of fun. And we've also got another special sim driver coming back for also the third time on the show, and that is Josh Martin. He will be with us on a week on Friday. So looking forward to that. That should be. He couldn't quite manage the Thursday, but he can manage the Friday. And he Josh Martin came fourth in the big sim grid event that they had at Bathurst on Saturday there. So yeah, he's going to be coming back on the show. He's been a regular guest for a couple of years now. So that should be great fun to get him back on the show. Oh, thank you, Luke. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. 105.2. There's a bit of a jump to the 4 point. I reckon I could get into that, maybe a 4.7. Just going to get a clean lap. It's the car oversteers so much. So my camera is slightly off here, but I hope you can see me clearly. But yeah, it's not too bad considering we've only had about 3 or 4 laps into it. It's not too bad. I was doing a little bit of circuit practice today just to try and get some money so I could buy the Lamborghini Huracan, and so I did Goodwood and did a few others. And what was quite funny is that your lap time, look, is not far away. We're all literally a fraction of a second in a lot of the kind of, you know, the sections of the course. There was one where we did it literally, we're all in the same 1/10 of a second, and there's about 5 or 6 friends of mine who are all at the same time. So that was quite fun. But did I see the F1? I did. Yes, I managed to get back in time and watch the race. It was okay. I kind of just was expecting a bit more. I kind of hoped that Verstappen would be there. I think as well if Hamilton hadn't have had the penalties, I think it would have been a much closer race as well, because I think he would have really fought Bottas. But I'm pleased Bottas won because he did everything he needed to do. So yeah, it was. I think last year we had an amazing championship and with so many close races. And even the year before. So this year maybe hasn't been quite it's been quite predictable in some ways, but although Verstappen has won races too. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Now I don't know what my door number is. If that, some people say it makes no difference at all, and some people say it does, but we'll see. No, 9. Oh well, that's quite good. We're quite a bit ahead of where we should be, so that's quite good. I like that, yeah. I get the penalty. Oh well. Come on. Thing is, the guy behind me hit the one in front, and I just simply touched a little bit of the one behind, which is kind of crazy. But we're not, the good thing is we're not too far off the pace overall. I think we can do something with this. Everyone's going in for dive bombs. Good evening. Good to see you all. Yeah, that guy looked like he was putting on the brakes. Good evening, In Exile. Good to see you all. You would have done this race this morning. You're one of the first to do it. So we started 4th. Yeah, I wasn't sure how it would be. The first corner is always interesting, but when people do a lot of dive bombs, but if we can just keep with them, we might have a chance. Here we go. It's gone wide. Turn in quite early to keep the car going. Guy behind is pretty quick. Now who can tell me where that flag is from the guy in 4th? I've kept traction on just one bit. Oh, the guy in front has got a 3-second penalty. Come on, Hugh, come on. Oh, come on, he went right across me. He was less than 3 seconds in front. I don't know how he managed to hold on to that. Still, we got a second. Yeah. I mean, I up the Northlife time trial. Alright, is there a time trial on that one? Usually they do it every so often. Well, that's not too bad. We started off... It's just a pity about that silly penalty, which I think was a bit unnecessary. But not... Yeah, he definitely blocked you, didn't it? Yeah, it was a definite block. Because he kind of went right across and then back again. And there was kind of... whether he had the radar on or not, I don't know. But still, hopefully that's where he put us up. We were just under... I think we were about 23,800 points. So hopefully... I mean, our door number was 9. So hopefully we can get that up a bit. But no, not too bad a start for the first race. Certainly better than Autopolis last week with a Ferrari in Group 4, which is a real pity because I managed to get my time down to dead on 1:53, but it was just kind of crazy. Who did the fastest lap? Who was that? 104.7. That was pretty good. You know, I've been trying to think about that actually. Yeah, I need to kind of give that some proper thought. Perhaps David Perel might be the one to help me with that as well. But yeah, because I did think we should have a lobby night just to kind of for all the guys who want to be involved, and then do some races, and then we can discuss it as well amongst ourselves as to how to take it forward. But yeah, no, I think that would be quite fun. I think we'll do another one of these. But everyone seems to be in the old car, so we'll try that one. Yeah, so because what we need is obviously we need to put the league, get the name sorted out, and then yeah, get it moving, and maybe publicise it as well with Rory's followers too, and see if we can build it up as well. But no, that would be quite good. It's been that busy because this week I'm actually launching my book. On Friday is going to be my big book launch, so it's all happening. So it's been very, very busy. Yeah, so what we'll try and do is I'll advertise the lobby, and I'll keep you informed. Probably will be on Thursday will be our next update, and then we can have a good go from there and see how we get on. Put this down to traction 1. Now I'm not sure, perhaps you chaps might... hello Keith, welcome to tonight's stream. And I think I am going to get Elgato streamer, you know, the streaming thing for my PC, so I can stream properly and just try it with my current PC and just see if it works. Hopefully it should work, because you can do a lot more professional streaming that way. So I'm hoping to get that also in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, it's all happening. I had a very funny motor racing dream the other night. I dreamt I was doing a track day, and I was getting into the single seater, and I can't remember what circuit it was at, if it was at Silverstone or Brands Hatch or somewhere, and I couldn't get my helmet on, and they were all telling me, come on Hugh, get your helmet on, we're all waiting for you. And it's one of those horrible stressy dreams where everything's there and you just can't put the last bit on so you can get started. Like you can hear the engine running and everything else, and people are starting to drive away, and you're like, no, wait for me. But thankfully I haven't had that again. But I was doing a bit of Assetto Corsa as well over the weekend, really getting into that. Now, let me read that. I must get round this corner so I can read the comment. On your live stream setting in PS4, you can make the game full screen and play around with camera settings, and then you could watch. Ah, right. Oh, I didn't know that. On the live stream settings, I'll have to find out how that works then. Good to know though, thank you Luke, because that is... It's very fun on PS4 doing a walkthrough, but it's going a bit slower than first thought. yeah, I was doing, was it Misano? Because I'd watched Thea do that, and she was very quick there, and then I went on to Zandvoort. I caused a huge crash at one of the online games at Zandvoort, because it let me in the race when it was like on the last lap, So of course people were still finishing off, and I thought it was just like the qualifying. So I kind of ventured out of the pits, and I've never been round Zandvoort at all. And of course someone came flaring down the road, and it was the hairpin kind of the first corner, and went straight off and crashed, trying to avoid me. So I had to say I'm very sorry, but I didn't realise it was still the race. Oops. Yeah, I mean, I really want to get it working for a new PC, because the graphics and the noise is really good. That's the one thing I noticed when I played it. I'm just going slowly here, to be fair. When I played ACC on the PlayStation, do you notice it's very pixely? It's not anywhere near as clear. It looks quite old-fashioned actually, compared to what like Gran Turismo does. Here everything looks pretty clear and decent. But yeah, I loved the first Project Cars. I only just took that off my PlayStation recently. Yeah, no, it was the first one I really enjoyed. It was just the tracks and the cars, it was good fun. I couldn't quite work out Project Cars 2, and I never kind of got into that. I've still got it in my drawer, to be fair, but I never really played it. That's a good size of screen. Now this car is understeering like a pig. So, right, let's try and get it sorted out. I wonder if I might just need a bit more. So, where am I? I don't know if you ever noticed, if you've got the G29, when you're doing the little knob for the brake balance, it doesn't always pick up for that. You have to do it quite carefully, but I've still got one on traction. This is quite an old car. So the thing is as well, regarding our league, would you want me to actually race in it, or would you want me to commentate on it? That's the thing, because I can... And can we somehow... Could we comment maybe on it, because I've got a Discord channel, could we maybe comment on it like that, and somehow stream it at the same time? I have to say Jeff was really good last week. He was really helpful. I had a good chat with him after the show, and he helped me. He made me. I did my computer settings with him, and he said, "Oh, you don't have a CPU, I think it is, for my computer, because it's really a business computer. So that's why it doesn't do the games very well. Because when I tried to do a Assetto Corsa competition on it, it wouldn't work at all. It was just so slow. It was." You would turn the wheel, and about 3 seconds later it turned on the actual screen. So yeah, so we needed to work that a bit better. And he said, "You've not got a CPU, some kind of, I've got an integrated card or something." Can I get that time down a bit? Yes, 4.9. See what we can do here. Someone's drifting. I've been using an old PlayStation 3D TV roots. Alright. better. It's hard to get that. There's definitely another few tenths in there. Oh, just got that one. Whew, there we go. Well, at least we've put our time up a wee bit. Now, Jalapan Motorsport, Spanish, Amsterdam, for 5th highest BB. No problem, Keith, we'll get you in a wee while. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Well, let's see what we can do. Hopefully have a clean race. We really need clean races to try and build up. I know that Rory's trying to get his DR and SR up into A today. That's the thing, isn't it? So we're a wee bit away, but you never know. If we can get a good night's racing tonight, then we should be able to get right up there. We should be, you know, I would hoping to try and get up to about 27, 28,000. If we can get a good run of races, then we're not too far away. Now somebody's done a 104.1. That's very fast, because I think the fastest time at the moment I think is a 103.6. So that's within half a second of the fastest time in the world. So that's pretty good. I think a 103.9 I think is the top 10. So he's not far away from that at all. And we've got about half a second to the guy behind. We're just a fraction behind the two cars, so that's quite good. So we will see how we get on. The phone is beeping it away. I'll take that out of the thing so it's there. So let's see how we can do tonight. Should be quite fun. First race went fairly well. We've already up to 29 comments, which is brilliant, and 3 likes, which is fantastic. And we're up to 129 subscribers, which is even better, which is really good. So we had about 5 last week from having Jeff on the show as well, which is great. So it's steadily growing. I'm hoping to get Dave Perel to put out on his social media the show tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to send it to his secretary. Right, here we go. 5th on the grid. And now our badge number is 4th, so got a bit to do. There he goes. It is dodgy. Equaled our Barnes number. It's like what you do, everything happens about half a second after it with this car. I think someone's gone wide. I think we've got a chance here. Hello Adama, how are you doing? join us on our second race. Let's Tsukuba. Driving some old wreck. It's tail happy. And it's quite a fun race. Good to see you all tonight, the loyal community that we have here, which is great. Such a tricky corner, that one, to know when you can actually accelerate away. No problem, that's fine. I just wonder if these guys might have a coming together because they're very close. Oh, you sent them both wide. Will the guy in front get a penalty? I don't know. It's a real track with just corner after corner with a short straight. It's quite hard to talk in between, but I hope you're enjoying it. Yes, normally Tsukuba can be quite an interesting circuit for sure. It's a real one. See what we can do here. Come on! It's a horrendous oversteer. It's pretty tail happy. I think he's just got in the way, unfortunately. Couldn't quite manage to pull it in. Here we go. Well, we got third place without a penalty, which is not too bad. I'm going to fix that camera because I realise that it's far too high. Give me a wee second and hopefully that should, because I was trying to, when I worked it earlier, there we go, that's been it. Ah, that's what I like it. Because I tend to kind of crouch down into the race, so you probably couldn't see me there, sorry about that. But thanks to everyone who's watching, it's great to have you with us. That's our second race, and it was a clean race, and we're up 2 places, which is not too bad. There we are. Now I'm quite happy to do maybe one more of these, or maybe go on to Dragon Trail. We could maybe go on to Dragon Trail. That's it. There we go. I need to fiddle around with the settings. Well, that's not too bad. We did a 105, but look at that. 104.3 was the fastest lap. The second place guy did a 104.9, but that was pretty good. And they were by far and away the fastest times. The guy in fourth did a 104.8. And that, there's lots of interesting, juicy comments there. But we were actually quite clean. We were just that rat race. We were able to avoid quite a lot of the problems. I can't think there was anything that was. I won't bother saving that one. It wasn't. Yeah, Dragon. I think I'll go into Dragon 2. I think it's a lot more. There's a lot more action. It can be a bit crazy, but where are we? 21. Oh, we've just missed it. But we'll get. I'll tell you what. We'll get some. It'll be a good time to get some qualifying in. Now these are the cars that I have here. I started off with the Porsche, then I did the Nissan, but I wasn't great in that, to be fair. It was just because I maybe got a bit more power. Then I got the Lamborghini, and that, yeah, I got a reasonable time in that, so we'll see what we can do. I think my DR's gone up a little bit. Be interesting to see what we got in terms of points, because that's not too bad a result. And here, seaside track, that will be doing. Yeah, the death chicane. It's funny though, because some cars are so much better through the chicane than others, and you'll see. I don't know how well I'll get on with this one, but we'll see. And when I'm back in Nations, the Aston Vantage was top choice. Yeah, I did a terrible race on Wednesday. I hadn't done Nations for about 2 years, and I thought, well, I'll give it a go because I had a bit of time. And it was the last race, and I hadn't really done much practice, so I was well down the field in terms of qualifying. I think I was about 17th or something, and I knew I could go a lot faster. I just couldn't put a race together, and I went out, and I was actually doing all right. I'd gotten up to, I think it was like 11th in the first couple of laps because a lot of people had gone off, and then I got punted, and I just went flying off, and that was it. And the guy got no penalty, and then I got a penalty. And I ended up, I got punted twice because I got back up to about 14th, and then I was punted again, and then I ended up like, I think it was second last. AMG is also good around here as well. I need to earn the money to be able to get some of that. But yeah, so no, it was not a race to remember for sure. But I'm quite glad I did it because at least it gave me a wee bit of experience, and I think with a bit more practice, if I can get a Wednesday night to work, then I might try a couple of times and just see, and if I might possibly stream it as well just to see how it goes. Everyone's streaming at the moment. Every night there's so many folks streaming, so I really appreciate you guys watching me here tonight. Let's see what I can do. This one. I do love this track though, isn't it? I think a lot of GT Sport fans love this one. So I managed a 138.8. See what we can do. I took that a bit too easy there, actually, a bit too slow. But if you change it into fourth, it totally kills it off. But I think I can average kind of low 39s as race pace. It's not too bad. There we go. 1:43. Yeah, I mean, I'm still quite a bit away from the best times by a long way, but I wanted to try and get less than 2 seconds off it if I could. That was my goal. I'm going to read that comment fully. It's a good track because it offers some great racing and fast corners. The best I've done is 1:43. Yeah, well, 1:43 is pretty good. But is that not? Looks like the sim hub needs practice. Yeah, it's a funny one. It's because it's like GT3. These cars are really they react straight away, isn't it? So either you don't want to change down, or you've really got to have the speed off and then be powering out nice and early. But I'll try and do a lap guide. See how well that works. I've got traction control on 1 here and it's still pretty sketchy. Ideally you want to get a good run out of there so you can have good speed. Here as we go on the start finish straight and turn 1, some people just stay in 5th gear. I was always told hit that curb and you can get a bit more speed. And then mid throttle and then full throttle. Nice and smooth, and then full throttle. And this car, once it's hit the rev limiter, once it's hit the top of the revs, you've got to change up straight away. I'm going to try and get that in as much as you can. Try and keep it on full power if you can. And that will give you more momentum as you come across the hill. Come down the other side. And into the chicane of death. Slightly better by a fraction. And normally at its cones. Keep it nice and tight. 1:30, yeah, we're not too far on our best there. Now this one is when you get into the red bit, you start to brake here. Let the car glide in. Flat out as early as you dare. On to this corner, which is pretty much flat out if you can get the... Try and join up with the curb there. 33.4, I've done a 33.3 there. Stayed in 5th that time. Might understeer a bit more, I'm not sure. We're still carrying a little bit more. A couple of tenths. A wee bit better. Come on, you! Come on! Bugger it! Sorry about that. 2 tenths up as well. That would have been, definitely that would have been a 38.6 maybe. Quite a good exit out of there. So 2.5 tenths up. Can we keep it going? Not like that. But we're still not too bad. Lost a little bit. It's going up. Can we get that time lower? I never seem to get it. Right, I've got to be lighter on the throttle, because that's twice we've had a good time and we've just lost on that final wee bit. So use the buoyancy in there. It is really feisty, this car. My line all wrong there. We're a few tenths up. Can we get another few tenths here? Yep, we're back up again. Can it be third time lucky? Can we do the hat trick and get not quite, it just seems to be getting beyond us. Third lap when we've been literally a few tenths up, we can't quite manage to do the whole. Too bad. It's really hard to keep it tidy. Okay, here again, we're getting a bit better. It looks like we're going to manage it. Let's see what we can do. Yes, 1:38.5. Woof. Right. I'm going to quickly go back into the race because I think that's quite a reasonable time. That's not too bad. That's the best I think I've ever done on one of the dailies. Not too bad. That should hopefully put us in a. It says I could do a 1:38.4, so that's not too bad. So I think the top 10 was a 1:36.9, so we're 1.6 away of the best. But at least at least that's not too bad. That's kind of nearer where we need to be. And we'll get the race entry into Dragon Trail. Use the Lamborghini and see how we get on. So there we are. Yeah. Let's see. This is one of my favourite races, I have to say. Ideally Group 4 would be perfect. Or I'd quite like to do, you know, the Red Bull racing cars, the kind of open seaters that they do round here. That would be quite fun. Or what I would really like if they could supply the car and do the Formula One, you know, like the Mercedes, the McLaren, the Mercedes F1 car. That would be a great one round Dragon Trail. I think that could be a fantastic daily race. That would be quite interesting. And if they did it as race A or race B, that would be quite a good challenge. I was thinking as well. I don't really know the Saint Croix. Is it Saint Croix, the French circuit that they've got there? I've never really raced it, so I don't know if it's a very, very long circuit, and I think it would take me more time just to try and learn the circuit than actually do very well there. So I think I'd be better off probably avoiding that one. But I think I'm happy with obviously Dragon Trail and also Tsuba, which we did quite well. It'll be interesting to see what we can do here. I'll make sure that everything is back, and yeah, it's racing hard. We're not allowed to change that. I can take a quick breather. So, just over 3 minutes to go, which is roughly about 2 laps here at Dragon Trail. Look at that lovely view, eh? It's like something out of a Bond film. I think they've based it, haven't they? Is it in Croatia? I think it's based in Croatia, this circuit. So it should be fun, but I think I'll just wait until we join the session here, once we've done a reasonable time. Well, I think, as we've been talking about the Racing League, a week today, so that's the Monday, will that be the 1st, 3rd, the 5th? That will be the 5th of October. Why don't we have a lobby night, and I'll broadcast the lobby night. I think we're allowed to do that. I think it allows us to do that. And all you guys, you don't even need to just watch. You can actually play. You can come and race, and we could choose some good tracks. Perhaps Dragon Trail is a good one. Maybe Brands Hatch and Spa and things like that. And we can choose some cars. I was watching now. What was the race I saw? They did. I think it was Le Mans. They did Le Mans in the old Volkswagen Caravanettes. Which I thought would look quite a laugh, but we could certainly choose the different cars. I'll go through what's available and see what we can come up with. But if you've got any ideas, just give me a text or a tweet or an email. It's go to info@hughhatrick.com and you can let me know what you think. And you could be driving alongside me in a week's time, and then we can have our first league night. I think that would be quite fun, or certainly we can get an idea of what we can do, how competitive we are, how dodgy we are with our overtakes. It should be fun. It should be good fun. And so why don't we aim to do that a week tonight, and it could be the inaugural Hat-Trick Racing League. That'll be well, at least you'll be crashing with fun, and we'll probably both be crashing, but yeah, because I think in a lot of circuits I think we're fairly equal, a lot of the guys, so we're competitive, and it's going to be a laugh. And I'll see if I can get my mates Jonathan as well, the co-host, to come on in and see what we can do. And maybe I could say to Rory as well, we can maybe get him coming along, because he did say he'd be up for having a go. That would be quite fun, and then we can choose some good combinations. I have to say, my worst combination was Group 1. I did that Fuji race last week, and that was horrendous. Yeah, this time next week, Keith. Yep, this time next week. Well, I think that's what we should aim for. That should be fun, and we'll have our first Hat-Trick Racing League. I'll put that on the broadcast, and we'll just do lobbies. We'll just go into we'll create a lobby, and we'll get it sorted out, and it will be pretty much any level of driver, so it doesn't really matter what level you're at. you'll be able to get into the league. I'll practice that so I can make sure that nobody is excluded who's part of the community and things. Yeah, I'll take my lunch then. That's the great thing about working from home. You can never do that in the days when I worked in call centres and things like that. My goodness, you never have a chance. The only thing we had at HSBC was an old table tennis table for our lunchtime, which we all thought was quite a good perk. But, yes, well, you're all welcome. It'd be fantastic to have you all with us. It saves me racing on my own. That was the last time I was doing a league race. I think it was me, Jonathan, and that was about it. So it would be fantastic to do that. Ah, Jonathan, speak of that person, he's here. If I'm near my sim, I'll join in. Demolition Derby. Yes, well, you better not, mateo. But yeah, no, that'll be fun. So we'll go for that a week tonight for 9 o'clock. And I'll make sure it's all ready and set up for 9. And we can get things sorted. And maybe we'll start with something like Brands Hatch. I think Brands Hatch, Goodwood, it's good fun because it's close. We could do Dragon Trail. What else could we do? We could do Spa. We could do, oh my goodness, I've got pole position. E-rated driver coming through. Yep. I don't know if you're an E-rated driver, you're going to be coming through. That's the other thing. Unless you're coming through backwards. But that's the kind of thing. But yeah, no, that would be fun. That would be fun. Down to a C right now because of my TV. Yeah, it does take a little bit of time, doesn't it, to get used to it all. I see my TV is quite far away from me. It's probably nearly maybe a metre almost away. Just the way my desk is laid out. So I really need to bring it a bit closer and try and sort it out. But I'm hopefully at some point going to be getting an outside room, and that will allow me to have a proper rig and get it sorted out so my computers are next to me and I can do it all properly and it looks a bit better. So it'll be a fat man and a slightly more expensive, probably the same rig as this. Unless hopefully my book might sell and allow me to get a better one, but then we'll get sorted with that. Now the key thing here is that everyone dive bombs into that first chicane, so it's a tricky one. I'm not sure if it's a. I don't think it's a standing start. To be fair, I haven't read the rules and regulations, so I really don't know for sure. But we will see how that all works. Well, I was going to say, because I wasn't sure what race Rory was doing, I thought we might maybe get a race with him depending on where he is, but I don't know what his SR is, because I think it was about 27,000, so he might just be a wee bit away, and I imagine his time round here will be quite good. We've got lots of countries represented tonight. Britain, Spain, France. I see the Israeli flag. Is that the Swedish flag as well? I'm not sure. And yeah, there's a good number in this lobby. Right, let's see. Dragon Trail, one of my favourites. Can we keep our pole position? And let's see how we do. And that was the other car. A lot of people were using the Toyota. They were using this GR Supra racing concept. That seemed to do quite well around here. And it's quite a mixed lobby. So it's going to be interesting. Let's pray that it works. Here we go. And this is when it steers for you and goes way off the line. There we are. If I can get through this chicane okay, we might have a chance. Good. Not how you do the chicane of death. Definitely not how you do the chicane of death. That was bad. Come on, Hugh, got to do better than that. Threw away a good lead there. That's certainly a good. How on earth did I get that? Didn't hit anybody. Didn't hit anybody. That's strange. Oh, come on, you can't just brake on it. That is the strangest thing. Didn't hit anybody, and I got a blimmin' second penalty. Strange. That is really weird. Plenty of argy-bargy up ahead. Right, come on, Hugh, let's get this back. Don't know what happened to that guy. Right, there's a chance we can maybe get a place back here. Come on, what's the car doing, man? What the hell? I don't know what. It's doing funny things, man. Back down to fifth again. That's a strange one. It's up to third. Come on now, come on! Oh no, 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 no. Stop or do anything, I must have dirt on the tyres. two are very, very slow. That was bad. I mean, I don't know why I got that penalty. Don't know why. I mean, I was on there and there was nobody behind me. I didn't certainly hear any bump or anything, and all of a sudden there, and that totally ruined the race because that just threw away the time. Strange one. Very, very strange one. Unless I was set up the rear, but I mean, they weren't there. I mean, it's up to them surely to avoid you or to go on the proper side of the track, but you know, you're going defensive. But I certainly didn't feel anything or hear anything, so don't know what happened there. That's a strange one. That's annoying because I was doing quite well and it just totally threw it away. But that's a bit of a bugger, that one. Any idea what happened there? I might watch the replay actually and just see what happened. Just that first lap, because I had a good first lap and then I had a poor exit coming out of the final corner, and that's what did it. But yeah, and I'm the only one to go back down to a B again, for God's sake, man. Come on. It's getting ridiculous, these blooming penalties like that. Alright, let's see what happened there. Vicious, reckless and dirty. Yep. That's a strange one though, isn't it? It's kind of like where can I go to see my library, man? Replays. Just would like to see what happened on that first lap, because it's a strange one. Or coming into lap 2, and then I'll go back in and we'll definitely do another race there, because we've got a really good time. So I don't know why we were. The Lamborghini is really twitchy, and it's a hard one because if you get it on the curbs too much, it skids really easily, oversteers, and also if you brake just the wrong way, it just seems to be it just wants to oversteer on you and turn you around into the ditch. Let's just quickly see what happened there. Can I move this at all? Yeah. Right, so we'll move it this. So we had quite a reasonable run out of here, and then I was very poor coming out. Right, this is where it is. So he was right behind me, fair enough. And I gave him, there was no touch as far as I could see. Absolutely no touch at all. So, don't know what happened there, but that's a strange one. Very strange one. I'll send that one off to... I'll send that one off to PlayStation and they can see what happened. Well, we'll go back and have another shot because we're determined to get back up the ratings again. And we've got 5 minutes. Yeah, it's a very strange. I mean, because I know I did make a mistake on that last corner of the first lap, and that's what allowed them to catch up quite a bit. But we were certainly, when there's nobody there and you suddenly get a penalty. I should send that one into, was it JSR Devon? He does that video every week about the crazy driving and crazy penalties. I think he tapped you very slightly. Yeah, because I mean, he could have just gone to the right and he would have had a better line, and he would have probably, because I was probably going to outbrake myself anyway. Were you weaving? No, I only weave over the track when it's you, Jonathan. I had a great moment when I took Jonathan. Well, he says I took him off. It was our Senna Prost moment way back in Lanzarote in 1993 in the go-kart track up in the hills. If ever you go to Lanzarote, it's an amazing. They've still got it there. An amazing circuit up in the mountains. And we had a fantastic time there for a week. And Jonathan didn't speak to me. I was there on holiday with him and his family, and he didn't speak to me for about 3 days afterwards. He was adamant that I had pushed him off. But there was lots of hairpins, and we were coming up to this hairpin, and I just came across to take the corner, and before I know it, I just heard this and then there was nobody there. And then the next lap, I came round, and there was Jonathan waving angrily his fist at me. And then when he came back in at the end of the session, he was not happy at all. That still Warricross, 27 years later. But it was a phenomenal circuit. When you watch the replays of some of the top guys, they can just connect this circuit up so easily. So sometimes it's a wee bit of left foot braking to try and keep the car steady, so you can get it through the bends as fast as you can. These cars, they make an amazing sound. I remember hearing them at the Blancpain Championship, and they were phenomenal. Like the Audi R8s, they were a nice sound. So if you can just get that one, it's a wee bit better. It's that the curb is so close, but you've got to just get as close to the wall as you can get. So I'm in the 39s. I was struggling to do that in the race. Yeah, I know, isn't it? It's kind of crazy. But I think because I'll just slow it down a bit. Because it's whoops. That's the other corner that's so dodgy. Because it's like the keyboard warriors, aren't they? You can do things on a simulator that you just can't do in real life. I remember David Perel saying that the difference between the driving is huge in real life, because it has to be. Yep, you only get one shot in real life, that is true. Just a wee bit there. So this car, you can't change down to fourth during that chicane, otherwise it just totally upsets the balance of the car. Yeah, I'm just going to take it easy. You only get one shot in real life, then I'd be dead after the car. It's quite a thing, isn't it? But no, I mean, at least the sim racing gives us all motorsport fans a crack at the action, doesn't it? Because that's the thing. And now a lot of the big circuits, I know Jeff was saying that at Brands Hatch they had a race room there, so you could go and do the simulators in between the races, or if you fancy something a bit different. So really, I think this is a fantastic opportunity for motorsport fans, because if you like racing and you want to have a go, then you get yourself a sim rig and you have a bit of practice. You can then maybe win a wee competition, trying to enter stuff as much as you can, and then it's amazing what you can do. Or just go to a racetrack you know, go to a driving day or something, you'd be amazed at how many places now have these kind of simulators, especially at the racetracks, and then you can have a go, and it's brilliant. The other thing you can do, or you could do it up until, well, I did it 2 years ago. You can go like to the Renault factory tours, like Renault F1 and things like that, and they have their Formula 1 simulators there. And normally part of the package is that you get a shot on the simulator, and if you do a good lap, then you can sometimes win a really nice prize. I know the last time we were there, they were giving away these kind of miniature crash helmets, and I'm not sure if it was a Senna helmet or if it was a really nice Renault helmet, a kind of classic one. So I mean, that in itself is worth quite a bit of money, you know. But so there's lots of great opportunities, and you can have a fantastic time, you know. Because I think if you're a sim racing fan, you've probably got a bit of motorsport knowledge too. So it means that you have a little bit of an edge when you get to these places. So it's like, for example, at the Renault one, you get to change an F1 tyre. And that was quite good fun, although I did it in the white. I mean, who would take a white shirt to a Renault F1 event? Well, I did. And of course, I've still got the black marks. When they come out, I've watched the top about 20 times or more, 100 times, over 2 years. Of course, it was. I just took you had the drill thing, and you had to take it off. And of course, they take it off, and it just touched my t-shirt. And I thought, well, at least it's a kind of memento of being on the day, you know. But it was great fun, and I don't think that expensive. I mean, you know, you might get it for 100 quid, 150 quid. And the food you get, the one I got, I actually won. Just for sign up for every manufacturer you can, whether it's Renault, Ford, whoever does any kind of motorsport, sign up for all their kind of customer deals and competitions, because there's a good chance you might win something. And then the one I got, we had this incredible meal. We got to watch the Austrian Grand Prix from their little theatre in the Renault factory. And then they spoke to at that time the Renault manager. We got a wee interview with him, and then we had the most incredible food. I mean, it was just unbelievable. The buffet that they put on, it was like being, you know, in a yacht in Monaco with all the little square dishes and all that kind of stuff. It was amazing. And you can do all that, because I didn't realise you could actually buy it. You can actually just have a shot. So here we are. We are on pole position again. I think probably with most of the same drivers. And we'll see how we get on. Can I manage to keep it round and back down to a BB again, which is where I started tonight? Hopefully I can go well above it. And Keith, you said you're a boring driver in real life. I'm sure. I mean, you get those. But in America, though, you can race at the traffic lights. Surely you can do your big rev starts in your V8. Race from block to block. Right. I rented a Chrysler Voyager, the Grand Voyager thing, and I was here on holiday back in 2015. We had a 3.7 V6. It actually sounded quite nice. It wasn't too bad. You can certainly overtake on them. And the Corvette is pretty quick. He's absolutely flying in that Corvette. Must have very good straight line speed. You never owned a V6? Oh, I knew it. That's you. Come on. I'm going to be a sitting duck on here. Oh, come on, for Christ's sake. Oh, for goodness sake, man. That is ridiculous. Once again, they just push you in a damn car. Oh, bloody hell, sir. I'm from 1st to 12th. That's crazy. Come on, I'm gonna keep going here, come on. I mean, that Corvette was coming at some speed. I don't know what he was doing, but he just seemed to be coming in a different level of that. He must have incredible straight line, because I got a good start. Come on, the car's still skidding away, man. Come on! You must have actually stopped there. Come on, guys. He was... Come on. Bugger it, man. Just brake too late. This is not going well. Cannot go any worse in this race, man. Come on. I think I'm going to try it in a different car, because I'm just not, it's too unsteady. Damn understeer this time. This is crazy. Every blooming corner is just going wrong, man. I was doing fine and the car just seems to be giving up on me. What is going on? It's the strangest race I've had in a long time. The two races here have been dreadful. That's poor, I'm going to lose so many points at this rate. And then when I try and brake, it doesn't do it. And yet, when I'm time trialling, I'm braking at the same point, and there's not an issue. I don't know what's going on. See, won't stop, won't stop. There we go. Well, look, you haven't missed much, I'm afraid. I've had two pretty dreadful races. That's shocking. I don't think I swore that much, did I? Oh, that was as bad as it could get. That's a straight. Again, I mean, the two guys, the guy in the Corvette, he just took me on both. They were on both sides, and I thought, right, I'll back off nice and early, and he still came into me, and I'm like, well, I can't go anywhere. I'm totally got nowhere to go. I mean, that it's a strange one. But I want to get this thing right though, because we need to. We're faster than this, and we're not making the most of the races. And goodness knows what our rating is going to be at this rate. I mean, we didn't get a penalty, which was something, but that's not on. Like, there's something seriously not on with that. Let's see where are we on this? Yeah, see, it's put us down again from that. It's strange. I think the Secretary stewards were in charge, and people who punted you got no penalty. Yeah, and that's the thing, and they're making you a sandwich. You can't. How are you supposed to race with that? It's a strange one. Right, I want to have another go at that, because there's definitely time to be made, but I think I'm just thinking there's a better car I've got that's going to be a bit more easy to drive. But now I don't know about the Lexus. I could maybe try the Lexus, because it's more of a stable car. I'll maybe try that one, try and get some lap times in and see how we get on, because we're definitely need to be doing better than that. And this is a good track for me. I did a good lap time, so we need to be able to prove that we can do it during the races. I'm going to open this window because it's getting quite warm. Thank you for sticking with me, even in these horrendous races when you see me going from first to last. I mean, normally people start last and try to get first. I'm doing it the other way around. That's a funny one, isn't it? It's a real strange. Right, let's get some good lap times in. Let's see what we can do. See what we can do. If I can get this into a low 39, then we're getting somewhere, and ideally we're a wee bit off. See what we can do. 140, right, I'm a second off. We need to get that pace up straight away. You missed two terrible races. Where I went from pole position. In the first race I went to 5th, and then in the second one to 14th. I was saying normally people go from last to first. I went from first to last. First race we got a very strange penalty. Can't get the car out of there at all. Cannot accelerate cleanly. There's probably half a second in that if I can. There's at least another half a second in it if I can manage it. I just need a car I can be consistent in to try and get that. Yeah. It's hard to know if I can change up a wee bit earlier in this car because it's got quite a lot of power, but I don't want to bog it down. It's a 139.3. It's not too bad. I think if I can get into the low 39s, then we should be alright. Yeah, it's not too bad. I can definitely get this quicker and quicker. There's a lot of time in this. A lot of time in this car if I can just get it precisely. Doc M21, I was going to say, he took the hand with gusto. Thank you. I've done a 1:38.5 in the Lambo. That's a 1:39, that's kind of where we need to be, I think. I think it's slightly... There's a lot of time in that first chicane as well. Oh, there we go. Right. Great to see you, Doc M221. This is the first time on the stream. It's great to have you with us. Love how you're sending it full onto their screen. It's in time trial. I don't mind as much. It seems to be in the race. I think the problem is I'm maybe looking at other people's cars too much and not my own race, and that's why maybe I'm struggling to get, you know, because if you can get a good route out there, you can get so much time on people that yeah, no, it's a thing. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, then give us a wee subscribe or a like as well. That would be amazing. And on this Thursday coming, we have David Perel on the show at 9 o'clock UK time. So make sure you've got the questions on you. I'm going to definitely keep the radar on. But it's great to have you all with us tonight. I know there's a lot of options there out there for streamers, people who are streaming their racing, and I really appreciate you coming with me to watch the racing today. And hopefully this will not be another 2nd to 15th race. We'll actually manage to stay up where we are or even go a bit better. If anyone's on Kudos Prime, by any chance, it would be great to get an idea of where we are, what the bad news is, because we were on about 23,500. But I have a feeling we might be either round about there or gone down a bit. We may have gone up because the first couple of races we did all right, to be fair, at Tsuba. Midday for me in America. Yeah, it'll be nice, I'm sure, nice and sunny, and that's the thing. What state are you watching from? Let's see. So we're in the RCF. Can this car work out to be a bit better? 22,894. Well, that's not too bad. Thanks, Keith. I appreciate you doing that for me. That's great. So we're not too far away. If we can get a good result here, hopefully. We're on? Doesn't see what our number is. North Carolina. Oh, I'm sure that looks. You get lots of movies that are made in North Carolina, isn't they? That's I've got a few friends who live there as well. I used to know from Edinburgh that moved all the way back to the USA a while ago. In fact, they were from Glasgow. They were all the way from Glasgow to the USA to North Carolina. Goodness me, he just flew away there. That Beetle is something else. That guy, the French one, is absolutely flying. Right, come on, let's get going. With the Beetle again. I was going to say the power or something, because it's just driving away. I feel like I'm in a different class. You know, I feel like I'm in GT4. He did it again, look at that, they all went straight through. What on earth? Come on, come on. What on earth is it doing? What on earth? I must have been hit by somebody there, because there was no reason for me to get pushed aside like that. Goodness me. Nobody gets a penalty for it. Yeah, they must have me blacklisted. Yeah, I mean, he was just going at a ridiculous rate. Yeah, I don't even know who hit me. I don't even know what happened there, but I'm just not getting good exits. Even on tiny acceleration, it seems to be just not gripping. Yeah. Well, we've had a dodgy couple of lobbies or something, because they're just pushing away and getting away with it. Come on. This is geared slightly differently, especially for the chicane. Now, maybe we've got a chance here. Pick up a place or two. We might have to try that Beetle. That certainly looks like quite a car. I just don't think I've got the money to buy it. That's the only thing. But I think I was a little bit too tentative on the first lap, and that's why. But here we go. But my lap times are shocking. So I'm just, even when I get a bit of space, I'm just not able to get a good run. That's poor. So, who had the 4C won it? Now, he was ahead of me, and then the Beetle was good. But yeah, I just, again, don't know what happened with that. Do not know who hit me or whatever happened, but something happened. Because I just found myself spun round for absolutely nothing. And normally the Lexus doesn't do that. Lexus is quite a steady car, but so I must have been hit. Unless my headphones aren't. Check my. Hear everything. 2 seconds. There we are. I wonder, maybe that's run out of charge. I think. Yeah, probably time for a different race. Can you guys hear me okay? Am I coming through alright? I wonder if it's the camera microphone that's maybe picking me up. I think my other charger is dead from my controller. Maybe that's why I'm not hearing what's going on behind me. Well, at least we actually went up a little bit in there, so you can hear me all right, yeah. It must be the. I think my other one is is out of charge. So I don't think my headset's actually doing anything. I thought, yeah, because I think that's why I'm not hearing it all, because this is on but not actually doing it. Oh yeah, there you are, look, Nations Cup, 31 points. Oh dear, a lot of work to do. I did actually quite enjoy the track, to be fair. It was quite fun, and the Dragon Trail Gardens was a really good track, but I just got punted everywhere, here, there and everywhere. But that seems to be the way of it at the moment. Right, yes, I think we'll do... we will do the back to where we started, Tsukuba. I've got a couple of minutes before we'll start. We'll take a wee quick break. I'm just thinking I might just give me 2 wee seconds. I'll go and get the charger, and that will get my headset working, and then that will be it working properly. Give me 2 wee seconds. Grab yourself a cup of tea, and I'll be right back. Here we are. Now, that should hope. Yeah, it was out of charge, that's why I wasn't hearing anything. There we go, no problem, alright. I'll just be 2 wee seconds. Quick nip to the bathroom. Here we are, right. Okie doke. Now is that better, hopefully. It's scuba. Here we go. Thank you very much for bearing with me there. Let's we'll get into the race. And hopefully we can get some good results. My phone has been buzzing away for a wee while. Here we go. Here we are. Let's see. Let's see. There we are. Right, excellente. We've also got a Facebook page as well, by the way, the Car Sim and Race Driver Show. It's and I tend to put all the kind of posts and podcasts as well. That goes into that every week. So if you miss the show, you get a chance to hear it when you're driving to work. We just record it live and we just put it out live. But, yeah, I wonder what it was, because I wasn't really hearing anything, and I was hearing the engine from the TV, and I thought, no, I should be getting everything coming through. That it should be all hopefully coming through. So, and now the controller says that it is charging, so we should hopefully have something there. Whether it's still actually all working, I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this up a bit as well, so I can... It's different because Assetto Corsa, when you play Assetto Corsa, it's incredibly loud and you have to turn it all down. But no, we don't need traction at 3. Let's see what we can do. Yes, we had 2 races here at the start and they actually went quite well. No, I'm just trying to think if I need that. Let's see what we can do. I don't know if this is an old Japanese car or something, but oh, it's got no brakes. I think it's a bit of getting used to. Well, you'll be able to watch or go from tonight and thinking, well, I know what not to do because I watched you, so I'm going to have to come back later on in the week and have another go at Dragon Trail, try and get things sorted out. So I'll read that in a mean second there. Just no money and no spare time right now. I don't even play these sport. I really want to get into it though. Yeah, it's great fun. And it is the kind of game you can just jump in and drive, you know, I think that's why it's so popular. And most of the time the racing is terrible. I'm only joking, no. It's you get some good lobbies and some bad ones, but certainly the penalties is hard because it's like knowing when you can overtake, how to avoid the traffic, and then you might just get a few random penalties as well for doing absolutely nothing wrong. Come on, you. I'm going to try and get this car to... Right, do a proper qualifying lap here. Like oversteer in, oversteer out. Now, can I take this time ahead and match my time or beat it? Another crazy day at work. You enjoy the races and I'll see you on Thursday. Goodbye Keith. Have a good week. We'll see you on Thursday. Thanks for joining us. So I'm thinking, because I've done a bit of writing and I've got stories being launched on Friday, that one of my next writing adventures is to write a book about sim racing. And I thought just thinking about maybe potentially like a kind of sim racer's guide, maybe for beginners or for something a bit more advanced. But what do you think? Do you think a sim racing guide would be something that might just be something of interest? Because I thought you could do a bit about lines. You could, from some of the guys I've interviewed, you could learn about, you know, how they've done well and the kind of top tips to try and get ahead with it. Obviously don't watch my driving. That's that's very good. Well, it's the kind of thing where we could, you know, we could all have a part in it, because it's as much about the community as well, because, you know, it's something that people can really enjoy and get into, and then we can kind of share how we managed to do a bit better, the highs and the lows, avoiding all the kind of mental health issues as well. Because I do think that a lot of these sim racers who do it full time, it does have an effect on them. Because it's not really it's quite hard if you've got a family, if you're doing it full time, because the public expects, you know, I'm in a position which is quite fun. You know, I can do this on a Monday night and a Thursday and enjoy it, and, you know, I do it after the kids go to bed. So, but for a lot of these guys, they're at it all the time. They've got to think of the next kind of motor sport event that they're going to do, and it's a lot to do. I mean, yeah, they might make a bit of money, but you don't want to kind of have all that stress as well. You know, it's a kind of balance. Certainly my experience has been that from interviewing a lot of different people is that a lot of you guys, you know, you are motorsport fans as well, and you kind of see sim racing as your chance to experience a bit of the thrill of motor racing without all the cost and necessarily the danger, you know. Now, what was the thing? I read a thing about, it was on the news a while ago, saying that they reckon sim racers are the most dangerous drivers on the road, because, you know, we're playing these games all the time and we just want to fly to our next destination. So if anyone gets in the way, we're like on the horn, come on, out the way. I think I've done my bit for qualifying. I'm quite happy. I should be alright. We'll get ready for the race. But we'll get 111 comments tonight. That's fantastic. People have been watching from all over the globe. So we've got David Perel this Thursday, and then we've got Josh Martin on a week on Friday. You couldn't manage the Thursday, but you can do the Friday. So that should be good as well. He's very good. He just finished 4th in the Bathurst 6-hour race on the sim grid. So he'll be coming on the show a week on Friday, and then probably a week on Thursday. I haven't figured out yet what we're going to do. It might be a guest, or it might be close. Let's see. So I've done a 104.9 at my best attempt, and the record is a 103.6. At least we're not too far away. Yeah, in the Northdive lap, and it was his first. He learned it all in the sim, so it does help. Well, it's definitely worthwhile doing. I mean, all the stuff I've done sim-wise, and then go on to do like just driving days, has made a huge difference. Especially if you're driving a nice car. You know, if you go to a driving day and it's like a Mercedes or something, and you get a chance to drive it at decent speed, it's brilliant fun, and it definitely helps. Did you see that Jimmy Broadbent was on Top Gear? He did a video I noticed on YouTube saying that he was the star in a reasonably priced car. So to be fair, I haven't watched the BBC for so long, I didn't even know they were that the Top Gear series was on at the moment. But unless they're filming it early, but for Christmas or something. But yeah, he did a video saying that he was on Top Gear. I mean, I know a lot of them, like, is it Matt Gallagher, who does the he now does a lot of commentary for F2 and things. I think they're good sim racers. I'm not so sure that their commentary is great, mind you, on the... Learned about on the dangerous situation in the sim, and yeah, used it in real life. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Well, what was funny on the day, I didn't realise on the day who it was, but I took a video when I was at Silverstone last year for the Blancpain race, and I saw David Perel there, and at the same time Techney was there, and I just realised when I got home, I realised who it was, and I think, I'm not sure if the key was there as well, maybe he wasn't, but there was also Chris Hay, who has a very big, he's got about 60 odd thousand subscribers now to his channel. I've had him on the show before, but he was there as well making a video, but and I actually got onto his video, and I told him at the end, it was quite funny when you just see this fat man, that he very quickly glides over it with his camera, and he says, oh no, not that guy, look out for that guy, don't get in a conversation with him. But so I joked with him afterwards, he managed to miss me. Well, I was quite fortunate. I'd actually won a competition with Renault just by signing up to Renault Corporate, and that's how it all worked. So I'll just leave it go. Then it go from there. But yeah, so no, I was quite fortunate, and on that day everything seemed to happen. They were all there, and we managed to get onto the grid for the grid walk, and that was brilliant. So yeah, well, next year hopefully if we can get there without COVID, because that's the thing. There's so many events. There's like Goodwood. And then there's the F1, you've got touring cars, you've got GT, there's some great stuff. I actually think that if we do this right, I think we can help the motorsport kind of in Britain recover again, because they always said, they were struggling for marshals, they were struggling for spectators. But if this gets people back into motorsport, then you're more likely to say, actually, let's go and do something, because before, oh my goodness, we're on pole position. Not by very much, but by a fraction for second place, and then there's a bit of a gap. Definitely a great day out. Must have been cool. And yeah, it was really good. It was a crazy weekend, because I'd gone all the way from the Scottish borders, where I am now, to Glasgow, which is a 2-hour drive to the west, and then because it was a friend of ours' 80th birthday, and then we drove. Then I left my family in Glasgow overnight. And then I drove all the way on the Saturday night from Glasgow down to my sister's near Silverstone, and then went to the race in the morning, and then I left at 6 o'clock at night on the Sunday to drive all the way back up to Duns, which is another 5.5-6 hour drive. And of course they closed all the roads at the A1 north of Newcastle, so I had to kind of take this big detour, and I didn't get back to it was midnight, I think, by the time I got home. But it was some day. I'd done crazy amounts of miles, about 1,000 miles. and then watched this amazing race, which was fantastic. I also had a chance to drive the Renault Megane 280 RS, not round Silverstone, but round the roads around it. It was part of the Renault day that I was invited to. So yeah, it was a fantastic day. I was really hoping I could have done it this year, you know. But if you get a chance to go to that, it's brilliant, really good fun. There's simulators everywhere. It's really friendly, and you know, you can see really well. You get a chance to walk right around the track pretty much. And the cars are really noisy as well. They're proper cars, you know. So it's good fun. Well, I've certainly had pole positions tonight, so that is one thing they might get a wee award for. I think I've had about 4 or 5 today, but whether we can capitalise and get a win, and let's see what we can do. Somebody's got one of the newer Nissans. I remember they used to be called Datsun. That's what Jeremy Clarkson always used to call them, innit? A Datsun. Really hard to get the power down. Just corner after corner. I wonder if I maybe didn't have the brake balance quite right. Pretty close. Come on. That was kind. He did go. He gave the place back, which was kind. He gave the place back, which was kind. Good on him. That was good. There we go! We finally won a race! Woo! It's only taken us 2 hours, 20 minutes. But we finally won and we didn't get a penalty. Somebody must have got a guy in second, got a penalty somewhere, but I was kind of quite careful on this second hairpin because it's so difficult. And when I saw that comment from Jonathan saying, "This one's in the bag," I went, "Oh no, that's the curse of Murray Walker, man." With that kind of comment. That, but yeah, finally, my goodness me, why didn't we just do this race tonight? Because I did 2 quite good races at the start. Hi GTS Rogers, good to see you. Good to see you. We've finally won a race. We've had terrible performances most of the night. Well, we had 2 good races here at the start, and then we went to Dragon Trail and had 2 or 3 terrible races, where we went from, instead of last to first, we went from first to last. We literally had 3 pole positions, or 2 pole I think it was, and every time we went down to about 14th, or I think 5th, 8th and 14th. But this has been much better, far better. And it's another clean race. That actually we're about one of the few drivers to go up in the class there. There we go. Now who was second? I want to say. Oh yeah, I want to. How do I get on there? There you go. As he left, is it? No. Hang on. I'll say that was because he was very kind in that one. That was. Oh, I even got pole position in that one. I was amazed. But no, that guy GT28, he was excellent. And although he had a wee bump, he gave me the place back, which is the first I've seen tonight, certainly. Glad I joined your magnificent victory, Glenn Cobbleman. That's a rare thing on this channel, but we managed to get one. We went from first to last far too many times. I think I'm going to have another go at Tsukuba because I do like this. So now, one of the guys, he did. I noticed there was a couple of drivers who were using the more modern Nissan, the 350Z, but probably because it's a bit more, maybe a bit easier to drive, perhaps. But whether it's actually faster, I don't know. But they always say stick to the races that you're a bit better at. And certainly tonight, this has been a much better race for us than Dragon Trail, which I'm a wee bit surprised at, because I did a 1:38.5, which I think is one of my quickest I've ever done there. But in the race, I just couldn't make it work. I was just a target, it seemed, for random penalties as well, which has been quite fun. There was a little bit of language earlier on, so that's all you've missed. A little bit of fruity language, but other than that... I will probably call this the last race, I think. Hopefully we'll get another good result. But I think we'll probably call this the last race. But is it'll be about 11:30 by the time it's all done. You missed the fruity language. Yeah, it's very rare on this show that I get that upset, but it was quite bad. When I get my Elgato streamer, I'll be able to do a video on some of these terrible races. You can all have a laugh at my pain. But now, oh yeah, this was a circuit I thought about today. You know what Gran Turismo, what it does, I mean, maybe there's a lot of things it doesn't have, but I think the circuit from the Canadian Grand Prix, the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. What do you reckon about that? Do you think that would be a good circuit? I think that could be quite fun. I don't know, maybe it costs them too much to get a licence, but it normally makes for quite a good race when F1 goes there. But yeah, I would be quite up for Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for Gran Turismo. I wouldn't expect that kind of language in a Denny's. Ah, that's taken from The Simpsons, isn't it? Whoa! Had to go around the corner backwards. Over the checkered flag, or over the start-finish line backwards. Aye, Kyalami's supposed to be really good, isn't it? And Zandvoort. Yeah. I caused a huge crash at Zandvoort on ACC the other day. Totally by accident. Because they put me into the race, and it was a lobby. And I think it was like the last lap. And somehow it allowed me to join it and to take part. And I thought it was qualifying, or it was, you know, they were just getting ready to do like practice. And it was actually the race. So it must have been some glitch. It was on ACC on the PS4 that so it was, because I'd never actually driven around Zandvoort at all, so I literally tiptoed out, didn't know where the corners were because there was no traffic, you know, there's no circuit map when you set up ACC, so I was popular on that night. Alright, off to Greece on Thursday. On manoeuvre. Oh, I hope that goes well. Well, the show's not till Thursday night, so you'll get a chance to see David Perel later on in the evening. CSA RDS correspondence on manoeuvre. Oh, of course, that's it. Ah, the cars. I thought you were doing flight training. For the Car Sim and Race Driver show. That's too long. It's too late at night for me to try and figure out what that all means. You need to make the comments easy, Jonathan. Hey you guys, now you know what I've got to work with. Although I must get that video that he did of Italy, because it was hilarious when he was at Monza Park. Because you couldn't get in, and all you could do is see the graffiti on the walls outside Monza Park. I mean, it was very funny. Try and download it because I've got it on WhatsApp, so I'll see if I can download it and put it out as a wee video for you, just as a wee bit of fun. May I make the channel name shorter? That's true. Right, I'm just going to take it easy for a a few minutes so I can get ready for the race. There we go. Watkins Glen. Now it's going back up to the circuits. I wonder if I think they had that in Project Cars. I think I may have tried that one. Some of the American circuits, they're quite old though, aren't they? They're quite, like, you kind of wonder at some of the safety because there's not much runoff, it's just grass and then trees. You could change it to HH, or would that be too long? That's the kind of thing I can understand. 2 digits is about enough. Yeah, it's a... Oh, thanks. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get a good... I'm sending him the social media link tomorrow. I'll make the advert and get the show ready for streaming tomorrow. So hopefully that will go well. We can get a lot of viewers because he's got about 30,000 subscribers. So the whole idea is, it gives all of us a chance to ask questions. And where normally if he's streaming, you can never really do that. So you can answer some questions, but not always as many. Well, this is a real chance to simply to ask him the questions. So yeah, it should be good fun. And he's a really nice guy. And the fact that he wants to do it now, even though they're pretty big, and we're on the face of it quite a small channel, but we've got some big plans, because if it hadn't been for COVID this year, we would actually have been helping to co-host the Borders kind of motor racing show. I can't remember the name it was going to be. It was going to be called, was it Speed or something? And it was a massive show in Kelso. Really, it was one of the biggest in Scotland, and it was going to be. It's in the old agricultural fields just outside Kelso, and they'd asked us to host it. So we would have been interviewing people and all of that, and we would have tried to stream it out live as well. So they're hoping to do it next year. So I think that would be really good, because we're also trying to get to a local audience as well, because there's lots of motorsport people in the Borders. And if we can get more subscribers that way and get a name for ourselves, and that would really be something. We'll get Andrew Dixon back on the show as well, because a lot of you guys haven't never seen Andrew. Andrew's a fantastic chap, really, really good guy, and tragically lost his wife to COVID earlier this year, just about 6 weeks ago. So yeah, our hearts and prayers go out to him. So yeah, it's you've got the BB at -1 now and -2 at Dragon Trail. Normally you have it rearwards. Is this affecting the balance? Because this is quite a tail-happy car. I thought I'd go for a minus figure just to try and make it a wee bit better under braking, and also because it is quite wayward. Yeah, I'll need to go back and try Dragon Trail and see if maybe that might be why I wasn't so good there in the race. Although I was fine in time trial, I just couldn't seem to transfer that time over onto the race. But yep. If you go into our channel, if you go back on the list of videos, you'll see some of the videos we did with Andrew Dixon. We did one at Christmas last year, and early up until COVID, we did a few earlier on this year, and we did a lot last year with the Jim Clark Motorsport Museum and things. He's hilarious. He's really, really funny, and he knows all his stuff. He has a list. He always comes so well prepared of all his stuff. He's a great, great guy. And we did some really good videos, so if you're wanting a bit of a laugh, have a look at some of the old car sim and race driver shows that we did. They were only about 20 minutes long. You had the Lamborghini at -2 and Dragon Trail. Maybe try +2. Yeah, maybe try that. Yeah, because maybe it was a bit better. Fat Man in 11 in there. Oh, I would have replied to that, but yeah, it's yep. It's in. He's the only presenter who prepares. That is true. That is true. Really good guy. Really, really top chap. And it's been a really, really hard time for him just now. So, the last race of the night. We're once again on pole position. Can we keep that? Well, here we go. Not doing too badly. Beginning to pull away a little bit. Here we go, last lap. This has actually been a really good race for us tonight. My goodness me, I think you've come at very, very selective times, because that's incredible. 2 wins. That's not bad going. Not bad going at all. And that was quite, we made a good start. The guy that in second place, Harvard, he was right up with me going into the first corner, but he braked quite early, and I just braked just a wee bit later, and then because he dropped back quite a bit, and I was able to get round that corner and get a reasonable exit. And then the same at the next hairpin, and by that point we were pretty much okay. But yeah, I think maybe the lobby was maybe a little bit, maybe possibly a wee bit lower. But yeah, I'll take a victory though. Take a victory. And we were actually, to be fair, our door number was 10 on that one. That's not too bad, and we got some more clean races. Because my record is like 4 clean races in a row. I can never get more than that. It seems to be the maximum. But pole position, fastest lap, clean races, and we're up to 14 victories on this one. That's not too bad. I looked at Key this morning and he was at 130 odd, but then he races all the time. And we're back up to A, which is a wee bit better. Oh, that was a bill. Where are we? Oh. Here we go. Try Dragon Tail again. You're in the groove. That's it. That's well, I need to practice a bit more of that. It's a strange one, isn't it? You get races that are good and then races that are really terrible. That I don't fancy. Although I like Group 4, I don't know Saint Croix at all. It's C2, whatever that means. I don't know if that's a full circuit or a bit less. Key is just a beast at this game. Yeah, he wins without even looking at most of the time. Yeah, he's very good. I mean, when I got an interview with him last year, it was quite a rare thing to get one, and it's yeah, he had so much to say, which was really, really good, and he just does it all the time. I think that's his full-time work now. It's 23:31. I think we could maybe do one more race. What would you like me to do? Do you want me to play it safe and do Tsuba again, or do you want me to try and actually, we'd have to wait a wee while to go into Group 3, to be fair. Would you like me to do another race? Are you up for another 20 minutes or so of watching Fat Man in a Cheap Sim? Let's see. I think we could do another one. I think we'll maybe go for another one here. But all right, through his interview, yeah. I mean, he did say he would do another one. And he did say he would do one, so I'm hoping maybe in October time. You're saying Tame the Dragon. Too late, I'm afraid, John. We're on to Tsuba again. But I'll try that one when nobody's watching. When somebody said, do you have a work of art behind that green cloth? I said, no, it says it's such a mess. I thought the only thing I could do is put a cloth over it, because I've got the green screen. I sometimes used to use it for Zoom, and I had the green screen so I could put in a proper digital background. But it's so messy, I thought I'm just going to cover it all with a green form. That's the easiest way. Nobody sees how much of a mess it is. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing. I'm still trying to get. I was on Fiverr the other day, trying to get a picture for a mug, because I've got a picture of a play seat challenge like this, and my character from A Bedtime Stories, who's called Fat Trevor, and I owned a license to the picture and the whole thing. I've bought it also, so it's, you've probably seen it on some of the adverts that we do on the program there, although I'm not sure if I put it on the thumbnail. But yeah, so I'm trying to get Fat Man in a Cheap Sim and have it as a cartoon, as the fat guy in this sim, for mugs and t-shirts and things like that. I think we could have quite a lot of fun putting things together with that. It'd be a bit of a laugh, but nobody seems to be able to do it. The person who actually did my book cover, which I'm launching on Friday, they couldn't do it. They couldn't, for whatever reason, they could only do book covers. So I need to try and find someone who can do that. So I'll have another look on Fiverr if anyone knows of anyone. But yeah, so that's the thing. There was as well. Remember, there was one of our live shows in our gaming streams. There was a chap who said he was in the middle of maybe doing a livery for us, wasn't he, for one of our cars? But I've not seen him in a wee while. So it'll be interesting to see what he comes up with, because that we can use a bit of Photoshop and can move. Because I've got a picture of my character standing up, but I need to have him sitting down, so obviously his feet moving. But we can have artistic license on it. So if anyone knows someone who might be able to help, then that would be fantastic. Because I think it would be quite a laugh to have the T-shirt saying "Fat Man in a cheap sim." You know, can you beat Fat Man in a cheap sim? That's the thing. So I might even put it for the Hat Trick Racing League. It might be a funny trophy, that one, eh? When we do our lobby. That and I'll just make sure that the settings are right. And here I don't think we can do our Dizzy Jam will print mugs for you. You design it on their site, alright, and they manufacture and alright, for you. I'll have to Dizzy Jam, let me put that in my notes here on my phone. I will try that. It's trying to get it to work for the sim, so that Trevor, or the character, is sitting in the sim. That's what I'm trying to do with it, but hopefully we can. Let me see, where are my notes here? Notes. So it's Dizzy Jam. Okay. Thank you for that. That is good to know, because once we get things. Oh, I put Dixie Jam. It's Dizzy Jam. Dizzy Jam. Okay. Mug printing. There we go. That's it in my notes, so I won't forget that. Thank you very much for that, GTS Rogers. Mike, that's great. That's fantastic. That we never would have thought that in the Scottish borders I'd have to have the window open tonight, but my window is just here, and I've had a bit of fresh air, which is quite nice because it's actually quite warm. I think my wife's probably got the heating full blast, and I'm just putting all that heat straight out into the environment, that making it nice and warm for my neighbours, that and the birds outside. But so yeah, so that's the thing, because I think it'll be a laugh. And I think when I get my Elgato streamer, and then I'll have the software to run it, I'll be able to make the streams look an awful lot better, just the way that they're set up. Because you know, you can put all the stuff in the description properly. It's quite tricky with the PS4, but I will try and work on it as well to try and improve all of that. But if anyone's got any tips or ideas, then let me know, because it's always good to get your input and see what we can do. Well, we're back to be A. Can I get to B and S tonight? Because that's where originally we were, to be fair. But so we've had, is it 2 races here in the last 2 races, and we've won the last 2, which is quite good. Can we make it 3? Can we make it the hat trick? And that would be quite fun. Because of course this circuit is a real circuit, isn't it, in Japan? I'm sure it's a real one. I always wonder why race circuits have lakes. Never a good idea if you've got a racetrack and a lake. You know where the car's going to end up somehow. Somebody's going to manage to end up in there. Upside down in a single seater. Well, they won't be bringing an oxygen mask and and some goggles, eh? They had a great bit at Jerez when we used to watch the testing there. I'm off. I'll see you all later. Yes, thanks very much. Luke, thank you very much for you've been with us all evening, which is fantastic. You have a good few days, and we'll see you on Thursday. You take care. they had a great bit at the first corner in Jerez. It was kind of banked and they had a tunnel, and then you could see the cars coming, kind of they would accelerate and then they would brake and then they would go around the hairpin, and it's got a sharp first right hand bend, and it was great for seeing them come all the way around and go through. And in the years that we watched it was back in 2011. Of course, it was Schumacher in the Mercedes V8 and all the V8 powered cars, and they just raced up. It was phenomenal sound, and then they would slow down, and then you would get the back pressure, you know, you get the what do they call it, the you know, the under pressure, the under tray thing that did all that funny sound when they used to come off the brakes, and that would affect the downforce, and then they would accelerate away, and it was just incredible to watch, because it was probably the closest you could be in the whole circuit to actually see the drivers, and seeing Schumacher's famous red helmet and the silver Mercedes. It was quite a sight, actually. It was really, really good fun. And then on the other side there was the pit lane, and you could see them race out and do their practice starts, and that was at the end of the day. That was the best bit, because they would all finish up and they would all go out, and I think the last time we were there were about 10 cars on the track, and they were using it like a warm-up lap. So they were all kind of doing their, you know, spinning the rear wheels as if they were coming up to the grid, and a few of them would stop on the first couple of lines of the grid, and then they would do a practice start and race off. And it was just amazing. It was like watching a mini Grand Prix, you know. It was just the atmosphere and the noise, and I know the V6s are a wee bit louder than they were, but this was amazing. Yeah, I think at least I thought what was better at Russia, they had some spectators, so you felt you got a bit more atmosphere, because it's been a bit dead. I mean, I know some of the races have been quite good, but it's not the same. You know, you can't go to Monza and there's nobody there. You know, when the race is on, you've got so many hundreds of thousands of people, and at the end everybody goes onto the track, and you know, a sea of red. It's whether you're a Ferrari fan or not, it's still great to watch. And you know, sometimes you do get these amazing results there. That you know, this is a fan-based sport, and it has to be, you know, we have to involve them, isn't it? So the sooner the better that we can actually get back and watch things is hopefully the way forward, as they can do it. So here we go, see where we're going to match. Then they'll put me into a really good lobby, and I'll be like last. Yeah, because you know, you kind of think that would have been amazing, and good on him that he won a race, because he did it fair and square. I mean, I know Saints was really catching up, but he managed it, and that's the thing. You've got to be able to hold your line and keep going under pressure, and he did it. It was I love those kind of freak races like that, when it just gets a completely different result. That. Trying to think what's next. Is it Imola that's next? Is it? I don't know if it's in a week's time or 2 weeks' time. I tend just to watch the race, and then as soon as it's finished, I turn it off. But now, where will we come? What will happen? Let's see. Oh, second. Oh, it's a close one. Look at that. Not much in it. Not much in second and third. Fractions. Then it goes down a wee bit, and Mr. Arthrop is a good bit ahead of us. He's about 4/10. Imola in 2 weeks' time. All right, I can't wait for that, mind you. Imola, what an incredible circuit. I just wish it still had the old Tamburello corner. You know, I didn't like the chicanes. The old Tamburello was an amazing corner. And then you had is it Tosa as well, where they all, you know, they'd come in from Tamburello into that sharp right. That was an amazing corners to watch, you know. And you know, people said Senna liked that circuit as it was. I don't know, after he died and they changed everything, would he have actually been wanting to do that? Maybe you could have had more off, you know, they could have made it safer, got rid of the wall, and maybe took a few trees down and things, but it was quite a circuit, and it was fast, and they were, you know, full throttle so much of the time as well, which was kind of insane. Right, let's see where we are. Yeah, they did, and I think they ruined it. Yeah, it was kind of, and remember they put chicanes at Canada. It was all over the place. They just put a random chicane to slow everything down. But it was because the cars were much more nervous to drive in that year, and where before they'd had incredible they were like on rail tracks. They could fly, and they had active suspension and all these kind of things. They were amazing cars to watch, and the sound as well from those V10s were. I do miss that, that's for sure. Okay, we're on second place here. Can we make it into first? Now, what is I think our door number's about 8th, so we're certainly, 8th. So as long as we do reasonably well, hopefully we can make a race of it. Well reminded, John. Radar, indeed. Eiffel GP, and then Portugal, isn't it? That's right. All I can see is the penalties going up with the cars behind. Yeah, Imola would be amazing. A CD, yeah, definitely. That would be amazing going to that. Not too far away. Just about there. 13,000 tickets. Quite wide there too, and maybe could have gotten into a slipstream. He's got that one. Still not too bad. We did quite a reasonable lap there actually. 104.8. I think we got the fastest lap. 13,000 tickets have been released this week. No restrictions travelling to Italy or back. Wow. And that would be a week on Sunday, wouldn't it? Oh, that would be something. I wonder if there's any still left and how much they might be. Good. Thank you. Again, we weren't too far away. We weren't too far. Maybe we could have had a wee bit quicker. We went a little bit wide on a couple of hairpins, but to be fair, second place, we started second. Finished second, that's not too bad. And crucially, no penalties. And we were ahead of our door number, so we only got one SR down, but then we went up from there. So that's not too bad. A Route 66 racer. Fastest laps. First of November. Alright, so it's in a month or so. Right. Interesting. That could be one. Because you say it wouldn't take very long to get there, innit? It wouldn't be. It's not a massive trip to do it. We could probably do it quite easily. Yeah, I got the fastest lap in that, 104.8. Oh, look at that, 104.863. The guy who won a 104.885. God, there was nothing in that, but he's up to an S now. And I went down, I went to an A. Oh well. I only had a tiny, tiny tap. But that's not too bad. Well, I'm going to call it a night there, chaps. To all y'all who are watching tonight, but thank you very much for watching. And remember, we're going to have our stream on Thursday with David Perel, so that's definitely one not to miss. And yeah, and we'll see. I might possibly try and do another stream on Wednesday night as well. We'll see if we've got time. I don't know if it's the Nations Cup again this Wednesday, but I'll maybe see if I get a chance. I might see if I can do that. But thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure to have you on board. And I hope you all sleep well. You can all calm down now, and you've had your racing fix for the night. So you take care and drive fast and try not to crash. It's Fat Man, a Cheap Sim, signing off. Bye just now.